Hello, I'm Dara and welcome to my beef farm. Been a busy week on the farm this week. Blue skies have been replaced by grey skies, and as you can see behind me we have the cows and calves that were outside back in. I'll show you them later in the video, but first up in the video we're going through the weanling heifers and we're picking out the maiden heifers, the ones that I will be putting in calf and that will hopefully calf down this time next year. I also have a new project for the workshop, and of course I'll give you a rundown on what's been happening in the calving shed this week. We've had a busy week in the calving shed. I hope you can watch the video through to the end. There's lots of stuff in this week's video and I hope you enjoy the content. I enjoy making it, so I hope you enjoy watching it. So we'll just get straight into the video there now with the weanling heifers. Now I just have the weanling heifers out from the shed. What I want to do with them now is I want to pick out the heifers that I'll be used for breeding. So the ones that will be going in calf, likes of that cemental there, the one up there, Belgian blue, that one. I have to go through them anyway and pick them out. I want to put them, I have a pen free on the slats there. I sold some cattle last week. I might do a video on them next week, but I have a pen free, so I want to take out the, what we'll call them, the maiden heifers. I want to vaccinate them, give them their first shot of lepto vaccine, and I'm going to put them in a pen on their own. And if the weather is looking good next week or looking settled, I'm going to put them to grass. I want to put them out to grass early this year because last year they only went out to grass and we literally started the breeding season and they weren't coming bulling for me, and I found it hard enough to get them in calf. I had to synchronise them, and even at that it wasn't overly successful. So this year now I want them out, I want them on grass, acclimatised, grown, on the diet they're going to be on when they're going to be bulling and going in calf, and hopefully the early turnout will help me get all these heifers in calf first time, and we'll have heifers calving then next February. So I'll get them down the shed, the usual thing, down into the crush there, and I'll get them organised. What? Now, they're off down now. I use the crush as well for cows and calves after calving. So you see there's a bed of straw on it at the end, so I've kind of waited until the bed was gone a little bit dirty, or a big bit dirty, and so that when I bring out cattle to work them here, they're not dirtying up a nice clean bed of straw. So I'll be cleaning out that bed of straw and bedding it down when I'm finished the cattle work today. So it'll be nice and clean then again now for the cows and calves when they come back in this evening, the ones that go out to grass by day. So I'll just see what we have in the crush at the moment. The heifer at the back there is a cemental out of a limousine. She's by a bull called Gunshot. That heifer there is a Belgian blue. She's Andy Buffoo out of a cemental. And this big heifer here is out of a cemental again, out of a sailor. So out of Derreen Jack, I think he's called. So those three anyway are for the bull. I'll put them into the scales and see what weight they are then. So just have the blue on the scales. She's 384 kilos. So she's well on target now to be fit for bulling. I think Chagas, do they recommend having them about 400 to 420 kilos? So this is early February. She has all of March and half of April. So, you know, she'll easily be 400, 420 kilos when the time comes. And again, the next heifer in there, she's the Gunshot heifer, 380 kilos. So she'll be well on target come bulling time as well. Just let her out there now. A nice heifer. Another cemental heifer there. She's a fine big heifer. So she's also by Gunshot. she's a great weight now, you know. She's well up there on her way, 397 kilos, so she's nearly fit the bull as it is. So a bit of fire in her. I hope she relaxes when the time comes. Just getting herself a little upset there, but she'll be alright. She'll be quite enough there. Nice heifer. So here's what's not for breeding. A few handy limousine heifers on it. And there's some very good Charlies on it as well. There's a good mixed bunch there. I'd put these to grass. I don't know what I'll do with them. That's an Angus there, that black one. And that red one again at the gate is also an Angus. So that's all the heifers I have. It's mostly bullocks I had, or bulls that were born last year. Now they're all the maiden heifers there. I wouldn't normally vaccinate them for lepto this time of the year. I'd normally do them with the cows kind of at the end of the year, back end of the year, but I'm just trying something differently now. See if we can improve conception rates. Like my conception rates over the years now wouldn't be anything to write home about on first serve on the heifers. So that's why I want to do everything I can this year. Try and get them out early while the weather is good. Get them vaccinated fully, two shots for lepto before the breeding season starts, and hopefully then that will improve my conception rates, and we can get them up to 78% the first service, from 50 to 60%. So as I said, there's always room for improvement every year. That heifer there, she is by gunshot. So I have two heifers by Curraheen gunshot, that's one, and that's the other. I have one by Andy Buff, who at Belgian Blue. I have that heifer there is EBY. There's two by EBY, Elderberry. That's the other one. Castleview Casino, that black one there. Now she's the lightest heifer on the group. Hasn't done that well for some reason. And there's another heifer there with a star on her forehead by Castleview Casino as well, CWI. That lightish heifer there is a stock bull heifer. And that heifer there is by Ivor. So that's kind of their own EBY, Ivor, CWI, gunshot. So there's a good selection of heifers there. And those heifers weren't really picked on stars. I was just looking at it there. There's three of them there on 3 stars, a couple of 4 stars, and 5 stars. So I picked them, though their cows, their mothers would have been chosen for getting a paternal type bull. So a bull with high milk figures and high reliability for milk figures. Now, I wouldn't have just picked him on milk alone. He'd have to have fairly good beef figures as well. So a balanced type bull. So that if they were to come a bull, that they're not, that they're not lacking in the terminal characteristics either. So I'm just picking those heifers based on the cows I put them to and the bulls I used. So if they were to 1 star, I'd still put them in calf, because I have to go. You have to make decisions by what you have in front of you and from your own experiences on your farm. Everything is not going to be right with star ratings, and everyone is saying that like their 1 star cow is their best cow and this kind of thing. And I'm just lucky I have enough stars to meet all these schemes that they bring out. So yeah, sure, look, I have a whole lot more to say about that. We'll get them into their pen, and when the weather allows, then they'll go to grass. That's the plan anyway. This is my fertilizer spreader and bogey combination. I'm in the market now for a new fertilizer spreader. I haven't gotten bought yet. I've looked at a few spreaders. If you have a spreader that you'd recommend or what you're using yourself and you're happy with, maybe you put it down in the comments there and I'll have a look at. There's a bog bell. It's a second-hand spreader I had. It holds 1.5 tons, and as you can see, it has seen better days. Now, the rust is on the hopper there now, and it's absolutely rotted through there. I patched it last year. I had intended buying one last year, but I patched up the inside of it, and I got it going again. And I saw last year of it, but look, it's gone past its sell by date. So I just want to get it down now off the bogey. I want to get the bogey. I'm going to bring it down to a local enough man there. I'm going to get him to shot blast it for me. Then I'm going to take it back and going to do a few jobs to it. And then he's going to I'll bring it back to him then when I buy the fertilizer spreader, and he's going to paint it in the colour of my choice for whatever spreader I buy to put on it. So the bogey part of it is actually homemade. I made it myself. And I suppose when he gets it cleaned down, then I'll see how good it is. I will be reinforcing it there. I plan to reinforce it and do a few jobs on it. And the steps up will be similar enough then with the new spreader, but I have to find out then what heights and stuff I need to set the spreader at. And then we can set it up there. But the job today anyway is just I hadn't it washed, and it's a shame for me to not have it washed there in the winter time. I don't have a shed to put it into it either. I suppose I didn't bother with it because I knew I wasn't going to be using it again. The discs are stainless steel discs on it. They're perfect. There's no wobble in them whatsoever. The gearbox is quite good. The linkages are good. You know, most of that spreader is quite good now. If anyone wanted parts or wanted to buy it for parts, there's a stainless steel surround as well, in very good condition, and the hydraulic shutoff works there and things like that. So I'll sell it there for parts, or sell it as a complete unit for parts. I actually bought it as a second-hand spreader. I had a bog ball already, and then I bought this one, and I used kind of bits from both of them to make a good spreader. So now that's the fertilizer spreader taken down off the bogey, and she definitely looks the worse for wear now when you see it stripped down and washed off there. But as I said, I'll be buying a bit of steel for it. I'll reinforce it wherever it needs to be reinforced, and basically we'll kind of build the bogey now to fit the new spreader, whatever it will be. I suppose the next time you'll see it now, it'll be shot blasted, and I'll talk you through what I'm going to do with it and what way I plan to go about it, and hopefully I'll have maybe a spreader bought in the meantime. So now I'm just in the calving shed. I hope the sound is okay. I know my microphone, I broke it now, so I'm just the camera is picking up the sound there. We had a busy week this week. I had 9 cows calved. I had nothing yesterday, and then I had 3 today. So it's lucky today wasn't Valentine's Day, or I might be in the doghouse tonight. It's 10 o'clock now, and I'm only getting ready to go home. So I'll show you what's in the calving shed at the moment, and I'll show you the other calves as well. I'll show you every calf that was born this week, and I'll talk you through them anyway. You can see what you think yourself. I'll start here with the group pen. That red cow, she's not a cow, she's a heifer actually. So that is a little Aberdeen Angus calf, Red Angus by a bull called ZEP. And the heifer is CWI, Castleview Casino, out of Partenaise. That calf was born in 275 days, born unassisted. And then we have this nice blue here. She's by Andy Buffou, that Belgian blue bull. She had that lovely little Angus calf in there. He's by a different bull called Red Patrick. I don't know his code, I'll put it up there now. Also born unassisted. Really hardy calf. 276 days gestation. The 2 of those heifers were inseminated on the 1 day. So that's the first of the heifers that are calved this year, both calved unassisted. Now we come over here and we have this red cow. She's a third calfer. She's by the bull Ivor, and she's out of a sailor, as you could see by her colouring. And she had, let's come down here now, she had this lovely sleeping beauty here this morning. He is a Charlie bull calf, out of a bull called Peter. I'm not sure again about his code. I bought him from a new startup AI company there, Bose Hires, him and Red Patrick, so I'm not overly familiar with him, but again, born unassisted, 288 days. We'll come up here. We have another heifer. She is again a limousine by the bull CWI, and she had another Red Patrick little calf in there, little Angus calf, a heifer as well, again born unassisted. 280 days, lovely heifer. She's out of a Partenay as well, very happy now with that outfit, and she's mad about her calf, really good mother. In there at the back of that cow we have a really strong calf by Rocco, born with assistance now, a big calf, but she didn't take too long about calving him, but you know, once I got the head out, we jacked him no bother, and a little bit of a stoppage at the hips, but just a little bit of time now and he was out. I'll try and get a better shot of him. So unfortunately, all you can see there is his rear end, but that calf is 301 days gestation. So while he's a super calf, and that will be a super win and a super bull calf, I won't use them again now. I know gestation is not always down to the bull alone. She is a cemental cross Charlie, and she's probably bringing a bit of that long gestation to the table as well there, but I'll go use something with a bit of a shorter gestation there next year on her. But that's some calf, delighted now to see that. And I think that's the last Rocco as well, so happy days. She's a 6 calfer, again born here on the farm, and off a previous stock bull I had. Probably hasn't many stars to her name, but she's a good cow and rears a really good calf every year. Now, the last calf I have today is a limousine bull calf out of this second calfer, and that calf is by EBY, and he's a fair chunk now. You know, he's not a small calf by any means, so he's only out of the oven there about half an hour. Big strong calf, great figure. The cow is a Charlie cross cemental, so she's a second calf, and she's actually a half twin herself. She's a half twin to another heifer who's also due to calf. That calf, I think, around 292 days gestation, going off the serving date that I have for her there. So nice outfit there again, and happy to see that calf alive on the ground, as she was calving a good while all the day, so patiently waiting for her. So that's everything that's in the calving shed at the moment there. We have 6 calves in here now at the moment, and 4 born today. And I'll bring you down now to the other shed and I'll show you the calves that were born during the week. I hope the sound is okay now, because it's a pity. It's a nice bit of footage, and it's just a pity now that microphone broke on me there when I was setting it up there. So I'm just down in the lower shed. That's another Charlie bull calf out that red limousine. So he's also by that bull Peter. She's a nice cow. I think she's a 4th calfer. I'm not sure his gestation, and not that long now. I think she went to 290 days now, I'm not sure. But again, born unassisted, which is most important. So there's a big Solaire cow, and 4th calfer, and she had that nice limousine calf there. I'm not sure what bull he's by, but I'll put him up on the thing. About 288 days gestation, born unassisted. We have another bull calf there by Cat and View Supreme, again born unassisted, gestation about 288 days. Out of that, a lovely yellow Charlie cow. She's 642, she's 643. They're both born on the same day and they're both after calving on the same day. So they're both fourth calvers, and two very nice quiet cows and smashing calves there. So there are all the calves in from the field are out full time, so they know where the comfort is. So we rehouse them on Friday, so I'll talk a little bit more about them now in the daytime. So as I said in the intro, I have the suckler cows and calves back in. They came in Friday with a lot of heavy rain Thursday night, Friday morning, and I've always kind of said that I'll graze when conditions will allow, and when I have the facilities I bring them back in and mind the ground, and then we'll go again when ground conditions allow again. So we'll see what it's like Monday there. If the ground has dried up a bit and the weather is looking a bit better, I might go back out by day. I can do that, kind of let cows in and out with minimum hassle, because basically they're all in the one pen, and we can just open that gate and let them run off down there to a paddock. So the cows are all on cubicles. That's 17 in here at the moment, and then the door on the back of the crush, I have a little hatch in it, and the calves can pop in there, and so they're all in here lying down. Now they don't all come in here, there's always a good few in around in the cubicles, so that's what they'll do anyways. They'll come in and lie down and come out and have the crack. And so there's always calves standing in and around in the cubicles. So at this time of the year then, the scrapers obviously keep the passageways clean, and I'll scrape them down once a day, and I put a bit of lime on them again to keep the cows' teats clean and prevent any mastitis and things like that. The dry cows are at the other side of the cubicles, so like, I know there's a lot of steel around, and I do dread the cubicles in a way too, because the calves are great for jumping through them, and you'd always be afraid that one of them will hurt a leg. But thankfully we've had no accidents, so it's nice to be able to bring the cows and calves back in and not be under pressure to keep them out. So grub wise, the cows are getting second cut silage, and I'm giving them 2 kilos of meal as the finisher ration and giving to them. I think it's important to keep them milking anyway and keep them well fed. I know a lot of times we're watching the costs and watching the pennies and the pounds, but I know a couple of years ago I had the cows in here for about 3 weeks, and the silage was only mediocre, and I didn't feed them any meal, and you could see it in the calves there. They had the cows, they had the life sucked out of them, and when they went out, cows never recovered their milk. I always felt I half dried the cows off that year, and they were probably the lightest weanings I ever weaned was that year. Whereas last year I fed these cows while they were in there 2 kilos of meal all the way along, and I think I put a bit of soybean up on top of it as well. And we started the breeding season in here, I think the 7th of April, and I had 20 cows served before they went out, and 19 of them held in calf. And as well as that, I weaned probably the heaviest calves I weaned last year. So I think that just proves for me that it's well worth the while putting in the meal. It's all about putting it in the right time in the right places. So I said second cut silage there and 2 kilos of meal, and hopefully now they won't be in for too long more. Hopefully we can pick up the weather. But look, we're always going to get rain. It's still only February, and we just react and change what we're doing. But as I said, if I can get a couple of days dry together now, and then go back out by day and play it by ear, then see if we can go back out full time with them. So I think I'll leave the video at that. I hope you enjoyed the content that was in today's video. I'd like to thank everyone who was watching and subscribing. Last week's video was performing very well. I nearly have 2,000 subscribers, and I'd like to thank everyone for subscribing. Like, I'm a new channel. I think I only put out my first video at the beginning of December, so it's kind of mind-blowing how quickly it has grown. As I said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you.